So, this summer we built a set of troll costumes for the Icelandic Independence Day Parade here. And we've been posting pictures of it all over our socials and this kind of stuff with great reception. So we thought we'd put together a longer form video to actually show more about the process of how it's actually made and how it works onto our YouTube, and I hope you enjoy it. So please subscribe if you want to see more of our stuff. And back to the show. So last week, Dan.
So, at least the way I like to put it on is I start from the bottom up, I guess. And yes, it's possibly worth showing. I have a zipper on the back here to allow the foot sleeve, the pant leg, to slip in. Then, if you're familiar with painter's stilts, then you can't see it. I'll put some B-roll over the video, but yeah, we've just got a standard painter stilt set up here, that I'm locking my feet into, and then currently we've got the straps that came with it, but we have heard your suggestions, and we are going to get some what are they called? Safety straps?
Comfort straps.
Comfort straps, yes. So we will be getting comfort straps for longer gigs or longer sessions of wandering around in the troll. That. Go. Yeah. Yeah. Just in case you're curious, then we're working with the legs are just carved out of two massive blocks of upholstery foam in our case, which yes, it does make them a little bit heavy, but one of the benefits of this is that as I walk we get a little bit of flop around and it's not as rigid.
That looks a bit long for a comfort strap.
Yes. This one's very awkward to get on because we lost the basic strap. Yeah, I don't know how much experience you have in stilt walking, but we work with both peg stilts and these painter stilts. And the benefit to the painter stilts is that they are so stable.
Yeah, you don't have the stilt shuffle of constantly having to step.
Yeah. Right.
The legendary Bigfoot.
So the whole structure is if you come in for a second, the whole structure is built up on an aluminium framed backpack. And then I have, as you probably saw in the original video, then I've got these PVC tube circles, or hula hoops, basically, that sort of frame out the body as a skeleton. On top of that, we layer various layers of wadding and fabric and more fabric to then sort of build out and have a consistent shape to it. This is quite light, but it's also not the lightest structure that you can get. So, inside the body there's a bit of a dance to actually get your hands into the correct sockets and stuff. But there. So here we have the, currently my hands slip out here to show up. Yeah. I think this by itself makes a really fun troll costume. So, even if it's not the vibe that we were going for. It's the T-Rex style troll. Okay. Next. Yes, over the head. Putting on the troll costume as a whole is it's almost a one-man operation, but we have some upgrades that we want. So at the moment, the only thing that you can't put on as one person is the hands. The rest of it is all doable within the scope of if you just do it in the right order. But we're planning on doing some upgrades to like a full replacement of the hands, and then so that way we'll be able to get more articulation into the fingers. For those of you who are asking about the materials in the head, then we use for the head and bulking out the shoulders, as well as the hands. In this case, we used EVA foam, and to sculpt out a lot of the facial details, we've actually got foam clay. Yeah, so as I showed off in my form follow-up video, then we have this mounted to a head. No.
Helmet.
Yes, I said that in the other video and I corrected myself. No, yes, so mounted to a helmet, which then mounts to my head. So,
It's always impressive to me the second you put that head on.
so now we have a troll with very small hands. As you possibly saw there, I went for a quick little nose scratch. Then we had people asking, where do I actually see? Here I am.
And you can see through the fabric okay?
Yeah, I would say I've got, I don't know, Tom, you've worn it, but I would estimate like 40 to 60% vision.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines. So these are hollow on the inside, but have one stick to sort of add a little bit of rigidity through the frame. Then we have the fingers here, which have the slits cut out, where if I pull on the string, we get this finger motion here, which it adds life and believability to the hands of the puppet, but this is the biggest thing that can be improved upon at the moment. So this is then Tufti fully assembled. It's hard not to get into character once you put on the helmet and the hands and everything. You feel big and clumsy, and yeah, you want to interact with people as the troll and not as yourself. But some of the things that I think really work in the costume is that because, as I talked about, the feet are quite heavy, then my stride also becomes quite naturally large and I guess troll-like. When talking about a creature of this kind of size, we always think about, you know, we were referencing elephants and the way they move. So when I'm in character, I wouldn't be doing fast hand motions like this or silly poses like that. But the go-to is very like slow and methodical motions of what we imagine a troll might actually move like. Some of the fun things that I find audience are, for example, just bending down and really inspecting or possibly even sniffing the kids. Which possibly sounds a little bit weird in hindsight, but as a troll it's normal.
Different social norms.
Yes. There's the whole grabbing of people and bringing them in. This works really well. And yeah. Have I forgotten anything specific, Tom?
I don't think so. I think that was all the big questions.
Tell you what, we'll...
You can only address the big questions when you're in the big suit.
Yes.
One thing though, I just wanted to switch this into selfie mode and come and stand because I feel like we're losing the scale a little bit with this beautiful forest background. And I'm over 6 feet tall.
We had a few questions. Some of them were regarding the hands, and as I mentioned earlier, then we have like heaps of plans on how we can improve the costume and just make it hopefully the very best special effects troll in existence. For the hands, we would like to do a new version, potentially using something along the lines of latex or a silicone style glove around an armature, so you get much more natural motion into the hands. And I would like to be able to reach out and potentially like crush a cam, an empty cam, but nevertheless. Then for the head, this is sort of next on the to-do list. First thing, I think before I incorporate any jaw movement into the design, I think replacing the eyes with a resin cast eye, which we've done for our other builds, Chauvetra, because they will have a much more natural, realistic looking sheen to them, and they will read better. But I'd also like to implement some level of animatronics into the eyes, so that the eye ideally turns left and right as I turn the head left and right.
So you're saying you'll be able to more effectively scare children?
Yes! I think that's the main goal, is to scare children in a reasonably nice way. To not scare them shitless.
I hope you enjoyed our little tour of Tufti, and please consider subscribing if you like this kind of content, as we'll be keeping you all updated on our future builds. Until next time.
Yes. My zipper's down!